You have access, so be kind. Welcome to the 2026 Spring Athletic Assembly. Seems like yesterday we were in orientation week getting to know each other, and here we are in the final assembly, which closes the chapter on the 2025-2026 sports season. What a year it's been on the sports fields, in the gyms, and in the arena. Congrats to all of you on your successful seasons. Tonight we are here to hear from the coaches of our spring programs. Once again, our 4 rugby teams won their league banners and playoff trophies. Both senior rugby teams won their leagues and playoffs in their first attempt at playing in the GMA in Montreal. Our boys lacrosse team took it up a notch, taking home the GMA league banner and avenging their heartbreak loss from last year with a playoff banner win as well. Badminton won several golds and silvers at the ETAC meets at Galt, and the track and field athletes took home several first, second, and third places at the Ottawa and US meets this spring. We've also had many individual accolades, which we will surely hear about in the coaches' speeches as well. What an incredible way to end the 25-26 season. Congratulations, kids. You really made your school proud. And as we have so much to celebrate, I'll get right to the important thank yous. On behalf of all of us in this room, I'd like to give a big thank you to several special people. This group works behind the scenes to ensure all have an amazing athletic experience. Thank you to Ms. Sonia Perron, Mr. Maxime Boulay, Mrs. Holly Moore in the Health Center, and to our athletic therapists, Ms. Megan Vincent and Ms. Camille Roy. Thank you to the maintenance team, the ladies in the laundry, the team at the arena, our drivers, and our kitchen staff who all work tirelessly to make sure we have everything we need. Your program simply wouldn't run without this very dedicated group of people. Thank you to Andrew Norris in the athletic store for all his work in making sure all of you had what you needed for practices and games. He cares deeply about making sure things run smoothly. Thank you to Ms. Karina Guerrero, who continues to work tirelessly to support me in the athletics program. She's always there to save the day, and I appreciate her very much. Finally, a huge thank you to your spring coaches. Every good program starts with a great leader. I think it's safe to say you all were led by very talented, engaging, and committed coaches. So a big round of applause to all those people I mentioned, for the people who made this spring team so successful. Our first program to recognize Junior Girls Rugby, Mrs. Schaefer.
Sorry, I actually didn't think I was first, but that's okay. Good evening. Okay, rugby season. It is the shortest season in days, but it leaves a lasting imprint on your heart. Some of you will never play rugby again after this season. Others will go on to play senior girls rugby, university and provincial teams, and beyond. Regardless of where you end up, I hope you always remember the lessons learned from playing this sport. Here are some lessons that my mom recently shared with me through a post on Instagram. Rugby doesn't make girls tough. It shows them they already are. It shows them how to take up space, how to use their voice, how to keep going after a mistake, how to trust their body, how to be brave before they feel ready, how to support and be supported, how to belong in powerful spaces, and how to move on with confidence in your abilities. One of my greatest joys as a coach was sharing rugby culture, something I love dearly, with all of you. Watching players discover the values, respect, inclusion, teamwork, and community make this sport so unique was every bit as rewarding as the results on the scoreboard. This season, we were fortunate to have a remarkable combination of players. Those who grew up watching the sport, those who have already played, those who were new but eager to learn, and those who figured things out almost immediately. Each group made the others better, and the result was not just a successful team, but a genuine rugby family. Our teams competed hard, celebrated victories, shared players with our rivals when needed, and always respected our opponents. Any penalties we received, I truly believe, were unintentional, and we always tried to apologize. Thank you to our great Bantam players. Alexa, Annabelle, Daniela, Florence, Gawan, Jimena, Juliette, Laurel, Lucy, Mackie, Riley, Sheridan, Sophie, Valeria, and Vera. You moved from playing a surprise flag rugby game to piecing together all of the elements of a sevens game. Your final games were beyond exciting for everyone watching. Your performance earned compliments from teachers, referees, parents, and your opponents. This is only the beginning of your rugby journey, and I hope there are many more unforgettable rugby moments in your future. Bantam girls, we cannot wait to see where this sport takes you. To our junior players, Alex, Danny Luque, Ellie B, Ellie P, Isabel, Grace, Ines, Maka, Mackenzie, Nanuin, and Olivia. You seized every moment on the pitch as an opportunity to learn and improve, and you improved with every game. You were undefeated in the ETIAC League. The coaches were able to rely on every single player to do their job in the finals, and each of you contributed to the championship win. Girls, thank you for making rugby practice the best part of the day for me and for many of your teammates. I wanted to thank the coaches, Ms. Guerrera and Ms. Bourget, for their support, and a huge thank you to everyone working in athletics, Mr. Spurk, Mr. Norris, and Ms. Guerrera, for the care and the details that they took care of all season long. Also to the social media group for making our team look amazing and sharing our successes with the bigger Stansted family. For the wellness team for keeping us safe, and to all of the rugby coaches here who are also part of our big rugby family. Now for the awards. Starting with Bantam S. We'll wait until we're finished and then everyone will come up together. This player fearlessly tackled twice her size, came away with countless ball steals, and never let a few bumps, bruises, or even a bloody nose slow her down. Her instinct and determination made her a leader on our team and a player that opponents quickly learned to respect. Bantam S will go to Annabelle Wonka. The next Bantam S goes to a player who picked up the game with incredible speed and in the process proved to herself and to the rest something that the rest of us already had realized. She is a natural rugby player. From perfectly timed jersey pulls and fearless tackles to sharp cuts, well-placed kicks, to almost tries and real tries, Florence seemed to do it all. Bantam S to Flo Magna. Every rugby team needs a player who seems to be everywhere all at once. And for us, that was Lucy. As our scrum half, she was the link between forwards and backs, constantly involved in the action, and always ready for the next challenge. Whether it was a tackle, a kick, a run, or being first to the ruck, Lucy was there. A Bantam S to Lucy Wonka. New to the sport this season, this player played with her whole heart. Her love for rugby was impossible to miss. She wanted to be on the field every chance she got and gave everything she had when she was out there. Her strength was an asset to our Bantam roster, and her commitment to her team never wavered. She reminded us all that loving the game is one of the greatest strengths a player can have. Bantam S to Maki Yoshida. Okay, we're going to move on to Junior S. Junior S's. This player combines grit, determination, and speed in a way that made her an invaluable member on our team. She will run through a wall for her teammates and never backs down from a challenge. Throughout the season, she fought hard to be available for every game, demonstrating a level of commitment and toughness that inspired those around her. Ellie Papineau, Junior S. Not much can take this player down, and her trademark, "I'm fine, miss," reflects her resilience and positive mindset. She approaches every challenge with a smile. Macarena is easy to coach, easy to play alongside, and always willing to learn. Her outstanding season was recognized when she was named MVP at the ETIAC All-Star Game, an honor that reflects both her skill and her character. Junior S to Macarena. Final Junior S. This player's leadership positively impacted her team from the very first day of the season. Anyone who watched her play witnessed an athlete who was unstoppable. More valuable than her many tries and tackles was the example she set for others. Elizabeth consistently encouraged her teammates, celebrated their successes, and understood one of rugby's most important lessons, knowing when to pass the ball. Junior S to Elizabeth Belanger. The Sportsmanship Award is shared between two people this year. Both exhibited a love for the game, a commitment to learning, and asked questions every day to improve, whether helping give pep talks to their team or staying behind after practice to work on kicking. These players have equal amounts of heart for their teammates and for the game. It is with great pride that the coaches present this year's Sportsmanship Award to Juliette Leclerc and Riley Harding.
Next to speak, traditionally the last few years it has been a recreational sport, but building off of the success of last year, softball this year had over 50 kids and were able to produce 4 teams. So they played for a championship, and I'll ask Mr. K, the coach, to come up and say a few words.
So this year we introduced softball as a semi-competitive option, and a lot of people seem to love it, so hopefully next year, louder? Yeah. So this year we introduced softball as a semi-competitive option. A lot of people seem to love it, so hopefully next year we'll get a similar turnout, as Berg said. So how the season kind of went is that we divided up everyone into about 4 teams. We had the Athletics, Blue Jays, Cardinals, and Expos. Team captains did a draft pick based on their player roster, and yeah, of those 4 teams, the Blue Jays won it. So congrats to the Blue Jays. You can come up and yeah, take a picture with your trophy. Captains, please come up. On the team. Augie, that's you.
Picture.
Our next program to be recognized, Junior Boys and Bantam Boys Rugby, Mr. G.
First, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Standage. He's not just a great coach to coach with, but he's also a friend of mine. And I just love those moments after practice when we're sitting on the bench and the sun is setting behind the school, the kids are walking away or drop kicking through the post, and we're talking about the team, we're talking about what we're going to do with the team or whatever, but we also end up, of course, talking about school and about life. So I really love coaching with Docky. He's amazing. And Quinn, this year came out to about 12 practices or so, and I think she loved her experience. We loved having her, and the guys obviously loved you this season, so thank you to you both. Okay, we had another great season at Junior and Bantam Boys Rugby. We had 28 boys. 24 of them have never played rugby. Imagine that for a second. 24 rookies, so that's a lot of teaching that needs to happen in the first 2 weeks, that learning curve of teaching a lot of different skills in a very short time to get them ready to play rugby. The junior boys won 12 out of 16 games, which was good enough to win the league banners. We're the best team in the league, and we won the playoffs and won the cup that goes with the championship, so 2 for 2 there. That's pretty amazing. And we did fine at the GMA A7s. We won all 4 games in our division, which put us in the final against a much better Selwyn House team. There was no way we were going to win that game, and there's absolutely no shame in losing that final. We were in a final. And you got to appreciate that. It's not often that you get into a final. So you guys had an amazing season. The Bantam Boys, which is cool to say, by the way, because I can't remember when we had a Bantam Boys League, and I want to thank Mr. Spurk for that, because Bantam boys typically end up being the 3rd sub on a junior boys team. If you can picture that, we have subs for every position on the team, and they end up being the 3rd, so they don't get to play. Whereas this year, we had a league for the Bantam boys, and they won 5 out of 8 games. They came 2nd in the league, and in the championship final, they came right down to the wire. We were tied with Galt, who won it in the last minute. But you can imagine what kind of a game it was, back and forth. And it was really exciting to watch that, which is going to be great for our Bantam boys because they're just going to be better juniors next year. So you guys had an amazing season. You were great. There's a couple of reasons why, there's a bunch of reasons why we're good at this, but I'm just going to talk about 2 reasons. One is community. We have an awesome community of rugby at the junior boys level. And within that community, we even have sub-communities like the Mexicans. And they make everybody feel welcome on the team. So that's key to success in a program where you've got 24 rookies. Think about it. It's really easy for somebody who's never played that sport to just kind of walk away from it because they don't feel welcome and then they're brand new and this is hard and you know what, I'm just going to go to another option. So to make people feel welcome is a big deal. The reason that works so well is that's a microcosm of what's going on at our school. We have an awesome rugby community at our school. 100 of you are playing rugby. That's 1 out of 3 people at our school. And we're not known as a rugby school, by the way, in case you didn't know. But in rugby circles, we kind of are. People really respect our school. They're like, oh, you're Stansted, okay. They actually respect our school for rugby. And think about that for a second. It's not like we go out and recruit rugby coaches. We just ended up with awesome rugby coaches by coincidence. They didn't hire me because I was a rugby coach. Right? They didn't hire Miss Hession because she was a rugby coach. They didn't hire Dr. Standish because he was a rugby coach, but we all know how to coach rugby, and we all have 20 years experience plus. And there's like 8 of us in that situation, so just think about what a coincidence that is. But that's not the real reason. The real reason is because all of you talk about the game. So the community happens in little things like this. At the beginning of the year, in September, October, kids I don't even know come up to me and say, sir, you coach rugby? I'm thinking about trying out for the rugby team. Should I? And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. Because rugby is 50% mental. You have to decide to play a contact sport. You have to have that courage. So why don't you go and talk to your friends and get back to me? And so a couple of days later, after talking to their friends, they're like, oh, I hear it's really awesome. It's a great game. I can't wait to play. So that's thanks to all of you guys in the room, the 100 of you who are talking up the game and making it into a community at our school. So that's amazing. The second reason, last reason, is something that the junior boys and Bantam boys reminded Docky and I this year, which is, sir, could we just play? It sounds simple. But rugby coaches kind of get, locked into coaching the different, it's a weird game, and there's a lot of weird rules. So you got to coach the different parts of the game, like tackling properly, so you don't get, yellow card after yellow card after yellow card. So you got to coach all these different little things of the game, like what's a ruck, a line out, a scrum, how to align yourself defensively. There's all kinds of little things that we get kind of locked in on, these little things, and we got to do stations, and we coach those things, and then we kind of run out of time in practice. And these guys reminded us daily, sir, can we just play? And I thought that was so beautiful. And I want to thank you guys for keeping me and Docky young that way and reminding us what it's like to be at 12. I remember being 12 years old and playing rugby, and it was my favorite game. I played soccer, hockey, and rugby at a school I won't mention. And my favorite ended up being rugby, and I just remember that feeling of like, man, I just want to play now. And these guys, more often than not, wanted to play with full contact. And coaches often manage that because, for obvious reasons, you don't want guys on your team getting hurt playing each other and then they can't play in the game. But they were amazing this year. They played a lot of full contact scrimmages and never got an injury. They were just doing it right. It was just an organic part of the game, which I thought was amazing. So I love you guys and thank you for a great season. Okay, I'm going to give out Bantam Awards and Junior Awards, but you can all come together at the end, but the rest of you can all clap for each individual person, please. So the first award on the Bantam team, this kid wins the Sportsmanship Award and a Bantam S. This guy is the next Sean Hatano. If you know who Sean Hatano was, he graduated a couple of years ago, and he was a phenomenal rugby player. This kid can pass left and right perfect already. And he's really smart. He's got a lot of rugby IQ. He's picked up the game so fast. Grade 7, Shotaro Asayama. The next Bantam S goes to a kid who scored a lot for us, and he just loves to go into contact, loves to smash into people on offense, and he would just carry the ball through and score for us time and time again, and that's Eric Lebeck. And the last Bantam S goes to our best defender. It took him like the whole season to kind of figure it out, but then at the finals, he was player of the game in the semifinal and in the championship game because he was just basically hitting everything that moves. The kind of kid who hits a guy and jumps up and he's the first guy to hit the next guy, which shouldn't really happen. It should be a man-to-man kind of defense, but he's just jumping up, he's so quick and he just wants to get the ball back, so he's just hitting guy after guy out there. Ramali. Okay, junior awards. The sportsmanship award goes to Renato Santibanez. There's a special place in my heart for Renato. He is a wise and just nice kid. And he was one of the leaders on the team and, award-winning, just great leadership. And he broke his thumb at the GMA A7, so he missed most of the season. He was out for like a month, and when he found out that his thumb was broken, he came back to the field, and he said to me, and he didn't look like he was feeling sorry for himself at all. He said to me, "Sir, sometimes you have to overcome adversity. It makes you stronger." He was throwing back my academic assembly speech at me, right? And I was like, "Man, you are a special kid, Renato. I'm gonna miss you next year, buddy." So, sportsmanship award. The junior S, we have 3 junior S's, goes to we rotated captains amongst the veteran players this year, and this guy took leadership of the team right from the start. He would organize our pregame warm-ups, and he was just like a military sergeant out there just kind of drilling the boys over and over again, and that's Aiden Lynch. He loves the game and he plays it really well. He's a smart player. We almost never subbed him off. The next player is no surprise to anybody. Obviously scored the most points in the league. No coach, like within minutes, coaches on the opposite sideline could figure out that, okay, this guy's a threat and there's no way to stop him. There's basically no way to stop him. He's just so ridiculously fast. Sebastian Fernandez Jombini, the Lamborghini. The kind of kid who's like, just give me the ball, I'll do the rest, right? So, nice to have on your team. And lastly, but definitely not least, a kid who's been with us for 3 years, quiet, doesn't talk much, but man, he is Mr. Intensity. When we would call huddles at halftime, you have 1 minute in rugby at halftime to make substitutions or to give your guys a break and make some adjustments. So most guys are like this, staring at the ground. He's standing at the back like this, with his arms crossed, staring at me. I mean, you want to talk locked in? This guy is locked in. Jonathan Rombotis. Come on up, everybody. Do we have a bench?
No, it's because
They share.
He shares, yeah. Both games are
Thank you.
Next program to be recognized, flag football, Mr. Kusei.
Before I begin with my speech, I'd just like to give a big thank you to my co-coach, Ms. Scrabby, for always making sure that we're well hydrated, that we have food, and that she was the official team snack picker. And from what I understand, she's a very good snack picker, so thank you very much, Ms. Scrabby. So I decided to start my speech today with a couple of song lyrics that I think really represents our team, and I'll explain why in a second. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living out of a dream. Everything is better when we stick together, side by side, you and I, gonna win forever. So this may sound very silly, starting off with these lyrics. For those of you who don't know it, it's from the Lego movie, the theme song from the Lego movie. And our girls started playing it about halfway through the season at every single practice. And looking back at the lyrics, it really reminded me of how much of a team we came together. And I don't say this word often, but you girls really became a tight-knit family. I've been part of many teams, you girls really came a really, really close family. Talking to some of you today, I realized that some of you may have never spoken to each other before playing flag football. Whether you're a grade 7 with a grade 10 student, whether you're in Wolf House or Webster House, whether you're a border or day student, many of you wouldn't have maybe crossed paths, said hi, but never really gotten to know each other the way we have this season. And for that, I'm truly grateful that we had that opportunity to start together, and I hope that those friendships last forever. I'm not tearing up, but I did tear up writing it. So my hope is that the friendships and connections you made this season will last forever. Always remember that you have each other's backs and that you can always count on each other through bad times and through good times. This season you learned how to trust each other, support one another, celebrate each other's success. You showed up to practice ready to improve, push yourself to be better, and represented Stansted College with pride every time you stepped on the field. There aren't many things guaranteed in life except for taxes, and the following list I made. First guarantee, Chanel would always find a way to end up on the ground during practice, whether it was slipping or sliding. That was always a guarantee. After the drill session of our practice, there would always be a wrestling match between Sophie and Lexi after every single drill session. Someone's shirt or shorts would end up getting ripped in an attempt to grab a flag, so if we could have a moment of silence for all the shorts and shirts ripped this season. Thank you. Our uniforms are going to arrive next week, I think. Water would always be somehow falling from the sky during our games, even though there wasn't a cloud in sight. Someone would skip a song halfway through the chorus and everybody else would get mad. There would always be a bee chasing us around everywhere we went. And that is true. Everywhere we went, there's some type of bee following us. Another guarantee is that you lose your voice from cheering on your teammates and making chants for them from the sideline. And last guarantee that we had was anytime you were next in line for a drill or you were getting onto the field, you would have your nickname yelled at you and you would have the whole bench cheering by your side, supporting you. To the girls, the season may be over, but the memories, friendships, and lessons learned will stay a very long time. You have given us a reason to be proud, and you left a positive mark on the school community. Thank you for your commitment, your effort, and joy you brought to every practice and game. Most importantly, thank you for reminding us what the Lego movie lyrics are all about. Being part of something special together, and as the song puts it, everything is better when we stick together. Thank you.
Much shorter. So before I begin presenting the awards for this evening, I also want to thank Mr. Kusei for letting me continue to learn and love flag football. I'm not so sure after the Gatorade dump on Saturday that I'm on the team still, but fingers crossed for next year. I also want to thank the entire team. You've really shown me what being a team player and being selfless is all about.
I am incredibly, really just proud of all of you. If it were up to me, each of you would be getting awards. However, this would take up way too much time. But I will end my little blurb with this. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And I think if you look at any of our game and team pictures, there are at least 4 words that come to mind. Happy, strong, proud, and team. So anyways, I'm going to move on to the Junior S Awards and the Sportswomanship Award, so you can all come up at the end. So our first Junior S goes to a player that Ms. Herrera compared to Josh Allen. Eloise was quick on her feet, dodging many rushes, and her quick thinking led to many important receptions on the field. For her smart gameplay and willingness to take risks, the first Junior S goes to Eloise Gagné. Our next Junior S goes to a player who was always dependable on and off the field. Margot's love for the sport shined even before the season even started. She was excited by every play, sometimes a little too excited, but she was committed to catching each and every pass. Along with Mr. Kuse's list of guarantees, you also knew for sure that number 4 would always be open. So this Junior S goes to Margot Samar. Our third Junior S goes to an unstoppable player. Chanel was often compared to Lightning McQueen during our games because once she was on the move, there wasn't anyone stopping her from getting to the end zone. For her agility and coachability, the third Junior S goes to Chanel Willett. Our final Junior S goes to a returning player. Camly has played an important role not only as our running back, but also as a leader. She supported everyone on the team and has worked hard to become the flag football athlete she is today. We are very proud of her progress and are honored to have had her on our team for the last 2 years. Our final Junior S goes to Camly Lacroix-Pilon. Now for our Sportswomanship Award. This is co-awarded to our Rays of Sunshine on the team. Not only did these two absolutely dominate the short zones on defense, Lexi and Camilla also dominated in cheering on the sidelines. Every game, there was a new nickname for one of their teammates and a new cheer for the team. We struggled a little bit with spelling aggressive, but it's okay. Athleticism alone cannot guarantee you a successful season, but a strong and positive team morale does. Our success would have not been possible without Lexi Legere and Camila Bonilla Martinez. So for the last time, I want to say, everything is awesome, and you may all come up and get your awards.
The next program is the first program of the night that can award Major S awards. As in the first 2 assemblies, if an athlete wins a Major S award, the athlete is honored with a standing ovation from everyone. Next program to speak, track and field, Mr. Prevost.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who contributed to making this track and field season such a success. Mrs. Smith, our invaluable coach, whose expertise and dedication continually pushed our athletes to perform at their very best. And Mr. Spurk, who helped organize the schedule and ensured everything ran smoothly. This year, our team consisted of 8 boys and 12 girls. For the first time in many years, we were truly impressed by the quality, talent, and commitment displayed by every athlete. Day after day, everyone arrived ready to work hard, challenge themselves, and give them best effort. Much of this exceptional team chemistry was due to our 3 veteran athletes and co-captain, Macy Putka, Walker Smits, and Liam Summon. By setting high standards and leading by example, they created a positive ripple effect that inspired the entire team. Another veteran athlete, Liam Castonguay, was arguably the most improved member of the team this year. He established himself among the top competitors in both the long jump and high jump, while making remarkable gains in speed. Our younger athletes, Hugo Laplume, Olivier Tremblay, Liam Dubois, Juliette Jones, and William Ballerston, certainly benefited from the influence of our veterans. Despite being too young to participate in certain events, they demonstrated commitment and enthusiasm throughout the season. Raphaël Parent and Emmanuel Alexandre, also among our younger athletes, found their stride as the season progressed. Both improved significantly and earned first and second place finishes in several events while competing against older athletes. Alexa Cardenas, Sophie Gilgan, and Milan Dumont made strong progress throughout the season and consistently demonstrated dedication during practices. Antonia Tume distinguished herself through her maturity and quiet wisdom. As Mrs. Smith noted, she truly became the team's mom, always offering support and encouragement to those around her. Dior Stringer and Morgan Barbosa stood out for their toughness and self-discipline in the javelin events. Morgan, in shot put events particularly, achieved several top finishes and consistently represented the team with determination. Natalia Chenier, another determined javelin thrower, also established herself as the fastest girl on the team in both 100 and 200 meters events throughout the season. Last, but certainly not least, Julia Sharp and Lauren Shu proved to be the Spartan sparks for the team. Not only are they outstanding all-rounded athletes, but they also contributed to the team spirit and camaraderie. They took charge of teaching a TikTok choreography that even included the coaches during our final event. On the road, Julia became my trusted GPS co-pilot, while DJ Shu kept everyone entertained with an inspired music soundtrack. Finally, I would like to sincerely thank and congratulate each and every one of you. We shared a memorable and rewarding season together. You embraced the competitive spirit while always showing respect for your teammates, opponent, and coaches. Most importantly, you genuinely seemed to enjoy being together. Throughout the spring, regardless of the weather, it was a pleasure to come to the track each day, watch you give your best effort, and see you have fun as a team. Now it's time for Mrs. Smith to present the awards to our deserving athletes. Mrs. Smith.
Junior S, Emmanuelle started the season with a hamstring strain, causing her to miss out on early practices and the first meet of the season. Once rehabbed, Emmanuelle found a passion for both the 200-meter and 400-meter races. Ending the season with a few podium places and improving her 400-meter time by 8 seconds, always entertaining and never silent. I look forward to next season. Emmanuelle Alexander. Senioress. This hockey-playing firecracker developed a knack for throws, surprising herself but not us, with first places in shot put, javelin at almost every meet. She reluctantly joined relays and long jump, but ended up giving it 100% and always with a smile. I hope Morgan chooses to pursue track and field as she shows real promise. Congratulations, Morgan Borgosa. Nat began the season as the fastest female on the team and didn't look back. Natalia had top 10 finishes in what was a very competitive sprint season, with races often having over 40 participants. She also threw javelin and again had top 10 finishes. Consistent effort and training proved fruitful, and I look forward to having her return next season. Congratulations, Natalia Chenier. Liam Castengay. After a disappointing end to his season last year with a break from his hip bone, Liam returned in top form. Perfecting his starts with support from Liam Summon and consistent effort at practices all paid off for him. Liam added long jump to his sprint races at meets and finished in the top 3 almost every time, earning a first place finish in high jump at our last Vermont meet. Congratulations on a successful season, Liam Castengay. As a grade 9 student competing against athletes 2 to 3 years older, Raf met this challenge head on. She began with longer distances, but soon found her stride with the 400 and 200 meter races. Raf consistently lowered her times in almost every race this season and showed that she can also top the podium in shot put. I can't wait to see what she can accomplish in the coming years. Congratulations, Raphael Perron. Please come up and receive your awards. Oh, sorry, sportsmanship. I thought that was last. Tony was dedicated, hardworking, and honest. A very competitive drive that pushed her yet stood strong in her belief of fairness. She was the team mom, telling it like it is while supporting everyone. She cheered, took videos, and was the best mark taker at long jump. Sportsmanship award goes to Antonia Toon. Congratulations, Tony. You may all come up. Major S Award. Stansted College can now boast that they have a provincial champion. Liam Summon captured the gold at the RSEQ Provincial Championships this Saturday in the 400 meters. Liam was also the 2026 Estrie RSEQ 200 meter and 400 meter champion. He also podiumed in every race this season in Vermont. Liam focused and fully committed to months of training to achieve these results. His dedication is second to none. Congratulations on all your success, Liam. It is greatly deserved. She made every race look effortless. 800 meters, 1500 meters, and even the 3000. Even running a 200 meter this year to a second place finish, effortless. Macy decided to add high jump, because why not, and even javelin to her heavy running schedule. Racing 800 meters and 1500 meters in 4 hours is no easy feat. Yet she still managed top 3 finishes. She even placed first twice in high jump this season. It has been a pleasure coaching Macy the past 2 seasons, and I'm looking forward to watching her at McGill. Congratulations, Macy Putka. Lastly, I can say a lot about Walker because I am his mom. This season was a mixed bag of events for him. 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, 300 meter hurdles and high jump. When it's your last year and you want to have fun, you do it all. Walker is another athlete who hit the podium in everything all season. There is no limit to what he can do, and I'm confident that he will excel when he hits the track at Concordia. Congratulations, Walker. Please come up and receive your award.
Our next program to be recognized, the golf team, Mrs. Smith.
Hi, everyone. First, thank you to Mr. Spurk, kitchen staff, transportation team for taking excellent care of us this season. Thanks as well to Mr. Norris for accommodating us in the gym on some of those lovely early spring winter days that we had. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the golf course. They're always supporting of us. They open the course for our tournaments and our daily practices, and they're incredibly flexible when our schedules change at the last minute. The team was made up of 20 golfers this year, with representation in a multitude of categories. Cole Hudson and Noah at the Bantam level, Quinn, Jonah, Grayson, Antoine, Paula, and Ben at the junior level. And at senior, we had Emma, Blake, Tanner, Francois, Kieran, Alexi, Henry, Jack, and Zach. As we wrap up this golf season, I want to take a moment to look back, not just at the scorecards, but at the growth and character each of you showed from the first tee off to the final putt at the RCQ finals. We'll call it a rebuilding year. We competed in 2 leagues this season, the ETIAC, where we were joined by golfers from not only BCS and Galt this year, but also from Massey Vanier in Richmond, who haven't fielded teams for a number of years. So it was a lot of good competition at the senior level, with each of the tournaments being won by a different golfer. We also played in the RSEQ, which allows golfers to compete against golfers in their own age category. We had the opportunity to bear witness to 2 holes-in-one this year, one by a competitor in a tournament and one by our own team comedian, Tanner Hayden. As a team, we didn't have the most successful of seasons, but everyone had a best round of the season, usually at practice, as well as I'm giving up golf and never playing it again, usually in a tournament. Hopefully the lessons learned is that just like in life, some days everything goes according to plan, and some days it absolutely doesn't. What truly defines your character, however, is how you respond to the tough rounds. We played 8 tournaments. This gave us 8 chances to test ourselves, learn, adjust, and come back stronger the next time. And while it wasn't always easy, you showed up every time ready to compete. In ETAC play, we started the season 8 strokes behind Galt. However, we finished the season in 3rd place as a team. At RSEQ, where play is individual, not team, you demonstrated exactly how much potential this team actually had, earning 1 gold and 2 silver medals in the finals. Unfortunately for some, that day was your I'm quitting golf day. What I'm most proud of isn't the medals, it's the improvement. Every single golfer on the team made meaningful progress in at least one part of their game. Some of you sharpened your short game, some of you found consistency off the tee, some of you worked to change your grip, some learned to manage pressure, stay composed, and bounce back after a tough hole. Those things that happen inside your head actually matter in golf. They're the foundation of everything that comes next. And according to Ben Hogan, the most important shot in golf is the next one. A season like this teaches you more than perfect conditions ever could. It teaches you resilience, patience, and how to compete when things aren't going your way. As we close the season, I want you to carry 2 things forward with you: pride in how far you've come and hunger for where you can go. Thank you for your effort, attitude, and commitment to the team. You've grown as golfers, but more importantly, you've grown as people. This is a win in every sense. I'm proud of you all and can't wait to see what you do next. Okay, I'm going to be giving 5 awards this evening, and I would ask that all the recipients come up together at the end, please. So one thing I've always appreciated when coaching golf is in the competitions, everyone's in the same boat out on the golf course. And it's impressive to watch the friendships and the bonds that form, not just within your own team, but with your competitors as well. Case in point, one of Tanner's best friends is on the BCS team. So this leads to support on the course, and yes, of course, the occasional friendly chirping, which makes the round genuinely more enjoyable for all. So this brings me to the Good Sport Award. This year, one young man stood out as a kind, caring, and consistently positive leader, not only amongst his teammates, but with competitors across the league. He carried himself with the attitude and demeanor of a true golfer. He's polite, engaged, supportive, especially when the others are struggling on the course. When an opposing coach takes the time to point out how thoughtful and sportsmanlike he was during competition, to me that speaks volumes. It says unmistakably, what a good sport. Congratulations to our Good Sport recipient, Antoine Montigny. I'm awarding a Bantam S to a golfer who's new to our program, but already loves the sport. I first took note of him last summer. I'd see him at the golf course nearly every day, practicing with purpose. He absorbs every tip and piece of feedback and is always looking for ways to improve his game. He had some excellent rounds in RSEQ competitions as a Bantam, and although the finals didn't go the way he hoped for, Noah has the qualities of a strong competitor and is sure to make great strides as he moves forward. Congratulations, Noah Robert. The recipient of the Junior S Award eats, sleeps, and breathes golf. He brings passion to every practice and a genuine desire to learn, grow, and elevate his game. As he continues adjusting to his new clubs, I'm confident he'll find his rhythm and gain consistency in his scoring. He had some excellent rounds in competition in both leagues, and I look forward to seeing him achieve even greater success next year. I'm excited to see what comes next for Ben. Congratulations, Ben Ryu. I have 2 senioresses. The first one goes to the only girl in the senior RSEQ League, and the only girl from any school who competed and held her own against the boys in the ETIAC competitions. Emma hasn't been playing golf for all that long, but she's an athlete through and through, and she understands the physics behind the golf swing in a way that serves her very well. During her final round, I kept getting messages from her. Miss, I'm putting for eagle. Miss, my drives are insane. Can I go D1 in golf instead of hockey? Honestly, should she ever decide to take golf more seriously, that might not be such a far-fetched idea. Emma's skilled, inquisitive, and always eager to learn and improve. She brings curiosity, athleticism, and a great attitude to every round. Congratulations, Emma Littner. The final Senioress Award goes to a golfer with an excellent fundamentals, a deep understanding of the game, and a genuine passion for the history and statistics of golf. He brings a consistently positive outlook to every round and is never shaken by a tough day on the course, something very true to his personality. Because of his demanding AP schedule, he wasn't able to compete in enough RSEQ events to qualify for the finals. However, in ETIAC play, he was unquestionably our team leader, our steady, reliable team dad, telling everyone what they had to order when we went to Woods. He had strong rounds, some not so good ones, but never quite found his groove this season. Even so, his attitude, knowledge, and calm presence naturally placed him in a leadership role, and he became an outstanding mentor for our younger golfers. He's not here tonight because he's caddying at the Canadian Open. Congratulations on a very well-deserved Senior S to Henry Riddle. Please come up and get your awards. Okay, I have one final award, the Alex Phillip Golf Shield, which is going to be accompanied by a Major S. Mr. Phillip was a lifelong teacher at Stansted, a dedicated athletic director, and a longtime coach. A consistently positive role model, Mr. Phillip embodies what it means to be a competitor and a gentleman. Each season we run an internal competition among the players, where we track every score from every event and every practice. This year's recipient not only excelled with his stats, but he was also a leader in all competitions. Always focused, he's worked incredibly hard to bring his game to the level it's at today. He has visions of playing golf on tour someday, and given his ability, it wouldn't surprise me to see him reach that goal. His season concluded with a tie for third at the ETIAC finals and a silver medal at the RSEQ finals. He played up a level, junior age, played as a senior. He has a genuine love for the game, and I sincerely hope that he never loses that passion. Would you all please stand and join me in congratulating Zachary Vachon, the recipient of a Major S on the Alex Phillip Shield.
Our next program to speak. Whoa. Our next program to speak, tennis, Mr. Belknap Keats.
they're all yours. All right, can you hear me? You good? Good? Still noisy? No? Closer? Better? Better. All right, let me just start by saying thank you to Mr. Dion, who joined us halfway through the season. Really was a great help this year. I'm going to try to keep this brief, but I do want to say a bit about our season. So this year's tennis team was one of the most athletic and competitive teams that I've ever seen, and that's in the past 8 years that I've been coaching tennis. When tryouts began, we had a record-breaking 42 students come by. We kept 21 of them. I was quite happy to see that the popularity of the sport has been growing here at Stansted, but for the time being, we're going to keep capping it at 20. We were fortunate to have some returning talent on the team, so Louis, Grady, Saya, Charlie, Keisha, they created a great foundation for the team, gave us something to build on. Their experience and competitiveness set a standard for the rest of the team. However, that left many spots to be filled, which is why I'm pleased to have several new players join the team this year with tremendous natural athleticism. I can't believe I said that properly. Charlotte, Penelope, Lori immediately stood out as exceptional athletes who brought speed, competitiveness, and confidence to the court. And of course, Shane, Sean were also on the team. Just kidding, boys. I do hope I see you again next year. Although the season went by fast, we had the opportunity to play some very good tennis. The season began with us facing off against BCS, where our girls performed extremely well. They won the day. Unfortunately, the team wasn't able to repeat that performance during the finals, and we lost the championship by just one match. At the LCC tournament, both the boys and girls teams performed well. The girls took first place, and the boys placed third. In particular, our doubles team had stellar performances. Most importantly, our athletes represented Stansted College exceptionally well. Whether we were winning or losing, our players competed with class, respected their opponents, and demonstrated the kind of sportsmanship that makes a coach proud. Outside of our tournaments, there are a few moments that kind of stick out that I'd like to mention. First off, Reno, battling her way into the top 4 players for the Tennis Shield tournament while wearing Crocs the entire time. I can only hope that that hasn't started some sort of a trend. Vince saying out loud, he's only beating me because he keeps, and then continuing to give precise instructions on how to beat him. Saya blooding a kid's nose when he got in the way of what I'm sure was going to be a great point, by accident. Louis' match here at Stansted against Saya, battling for the Tennis Shield, having to win 2 in a row against his doubles partner for the past 3 years, the match coming down to a tiebreaker, then being postponed, and finally winning the preceding day. And who could forget Cindy? Well, apparently I can. We left for a tournament without her once, and it wasn't until we were halfway to Sherbrooke that Grady told me that we were missing somebody that I realized that she wasn't on the bus with us. We had a great season, a lot of fun, a lot of good tennis was played. Coaching this group was genuinely enjoyable, and I am very proud of what we accomplished together. So let me just say to you, Louis, Keisha, Grady, Lori, Rosalie, Pan, Max, Saya, Kent, Zofia, Charlie, Charlotte, Rado, Elliot, Vince, Shane, Sean, Anton, Reno, Ava, and yes, Cindy, thanks for a great season. I am now going to recognize several athletes with some team awards. I'll be giving out 3 senior S's tonight along with the Sportsmanship Award, so you can all come up at the same time. The Sportsmanship Award recognizes a player who consistently demonstrated respect, positivity, leadership, and integrity throughout the season. This player competed hard, supported his teammates, and represented the program in the best possible way. Coaches from other teams repeatedly brought up both his positive attitude, friendliness, and sportsmanship, but beyond that, he has improved his game, competed and practiced hard, and shown himself to be a very good tennis player. If we had a team captain, he would have been my vote. I am very pleased to give both the Sportsmanship Award and a Senior S to Grady Hanna. The next 2 senioresses go to 2 girls who have been partnered together for a while now. They have been on the team for 3 years and have been nearly unstoppable when working together. As the girls' doubles A team, they secured majority of the points for the girls' team all season. Congratulations to Charlie Pampalon and Keisha Zonen. Please come up and get your awards. You want to join me? The Tennis Shield is one of the oldest awards given out at Stansted College. It is awarded to the top girl and boy players on the team. For the past few years, the winners have been determined through a double elimination tournament. The winners are greeted with a standing ovation. Please stand and help me in congratulating this year's Girls Tennis Shield winner, a veteran on the team. I can't wait to see what she does next year, Keisha Zonen. I'll be giving out 2 Major S awards tonight. The Major S is an award given out to an athlete who stands out not just amongst their teammates, but in the league as a whole. The first Major S goes to an athlete who has quietly dominated on the court. He says little, but he lets his swing speak for him. No one wants to be on the receiving side of his serve, or even worse, standing at the net when he returns a volley. Please stand up and help me congratulate Seiya Oikawa. The final award winner for tennis for the evening has been on the team since he arrived here in grade 9. He plays with skill, focus, and drive. He has an excellent tennis IQ, identifies his opponent's weaknesses right away, and, well, I gotta say, I'm very, very pleased to present this award to my advisee. He also won the Tennis Shield, so please help me congratulate a Major S and Tennis Shield award winner, Louis Sullivan. That's mine. Thank you. Sorry.
The next program is the first program of the night that can award an MVP trophy as well as Major S awards. Like a Major S award, if an athlete wins the MVP trophy, the athlete is honored with a standing ovation from everyone. Now to speak for the badminton program, Ms. Weir.
As a badminton coach, I get asked a lot of questions. Where are the snacks? What time does the bus leave? Whose racket is that? Wow, did you see that game? Have you seen my shoes? Where are the snacks? Who's playing next? Where's the bathroom? Are there any snacks left? All of these were pretty easy for me to answer, and then I got hit with this next one. What does it mean to win, and what will these medals mean years from now? We'll come back to that one. Another question is, what's better, playing singles or doubles? This one's up for debate. If you play doubles, you must place a lot of trust in your partner. You hope that they will make the right move. You put pressure on yourself to make sure you don't let them down. If you're playing on your own, the only person you are responsible for is yourself. Juri Degawa and Zoe Keefe opted to trust each other, and they were the strongest senior doubles pair in the league this year. They brought home 3 gold medals and have each earned a senior S for their contribution to the team this season. With Juri easily returning nearly every shot and Zoe providing power from the back of the court, they were unstoppable. Another doubles pair we could count on were Roger Marcoux and Mike Sun. This year they moved up to the senior level and brought home 2 medals together in the senior boys doubles event. Roger has earned a Senior S award for his methodical approach at the tournaments, as well as for his help with coaching developing players on our team. Mike Sun has earned a Senior S award for his contribution to the team by bringing home 3 medals in the senior boys doubles event. Mike will also take home this year's Sportsmanship Award. Throughout the season, Mike went above and beyond for our team. He could always be counted on to run warm-ups and help developing players. He also went above and beyond for players on other teams. One day he was looking for the med kit, and they later found him bandaging up an opponent. Our singles players took on competitors without someone by their side. The singles events are physically challenging, with your opponents making you run all over the court. You could play upwards of 8 games in a few short hours without much recovery time in between. A grade 8 student athlete who was described as really, really good, wow, by her senior teammates will take home the Bantam S today. Taya Liverpool worked hard to develop her skills and brought home 2 medals for our team this season. Rachel Liu is our best junior player and easily dominates her opponents, so she is getting a Junior S. She earned 2 medals and 2 gold medals and 1 silver. Her teammates look up to her and learn from her. I look forward to seeing all that she will accomplish in senior events next year. After last season's excellent performance in the senior girls doubles event, Mavis Liu took on a new challenge this season and played all singles events. She faced some tough opponents and won a silver medal and 2 bronze. She's one of our best senior players and will be missed next year. Grace, Hugo, Amy, Cindy, Max, Theo, and Lane, thank you for trying a new sport this season. You were valuable members of our team and improved significantly throughout. Matthew, Mo, Mavis, and Melanie, we wish you all the best as you graduate and leave Stansted College. Thank you for your dedication to our team. So to answer that question, years from now, when you pull a medal out of a box from the back of your closet or find your dusty badminton pin from 2026, you might not remember if you played singles or doubles. You might not remember that our team won 16 medals and got 3rd place in the ETIAC League. However, I hope that seeing it brings back fond memories of a fun season, filled with proud victories, humbling losses, and that feeling of satisfaction knowing you left it all on the court. You can share those memories with the people around you and tell them what a badminton superstar you were back in the day. That's a win. Congratulations, players, on a great season. See you next year. Juri, Zoe, Roger, Mike, Taya, Rachel, and Mavis, come get your awards. Okay, I have 2 more awards. This grade 12 student athlete is a passionate player who gave his all. His love of the game is unmatched. At tournaments, he could be found cheering on his teammates and congratulating his rivals. He played in the toughest bracket, senior boys singles, and brought home 2 medals. He also joined Mike to play doubles and earned a silver medal. Matthew is a coach and mentor to his fellow players and a valuable member of our team, with skills respected and revered by his teammates and opponents alike. Elected by his teammates and coach in recognition of his contributions to the team and his accomplishments this season, Matthew Ma is this year's recipient of a Major S and the Michael Wolf Trophy for all-around excellence and sportsmanship in badminton. Congratulations.
All right, 3 programs left. Next program to be recognized, Senior Girls Rugby, Miss Hession.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to flip the switch and I'm going to start with my awards this evening, or our awards this evening. The first awards are Senior S Awards, and the first one goes to a player who is a walking highlight reel. If you watched us play, she is a highlight reel of tackles, runs, and catches. More tackles, more runs, and more catches, and that is Julia Lee. The second Senior S goes to a player who has a never give in, never give up mentality, and is the most improvement in go-forward tackles that I've seen from year to year in a long, long time, and that is Elsa Leveille. The next recipient is a player who has more jobs than a Swiss Army knife, and for sure, she has played in more positions this year than any other player. But when you need something to change quickly, you know what to do, and that's Ed Haley. Haley Gilbert, Senior S. Next Senior S award goes to a player who learned to direct and communicate, and most importantly, deliver a predictable ball in any situation, who's grown immensely in pressure and under pressure, and that is Sarah Leisure. And the Good Sport Award goes to a low 5, thumbs up kind of person who doesn't have a half smile, unless I explained a rule incorrectly. She's all in, all the time, and it is Lena Heidemeyer. Please come up and receive your awards. We also have some Major S sweaters to hand out this evening. The first Major sweater goes to a player that I am sure you have seen very many tries. But she has also made many more positive and dominant tackles, all just the same. She is fast, she is fierce, she brings the fun, and she's had a fantastic season. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Charlotte Labreche with a Major S. The next award goes to a player who led with confidence and skill this season. She's communicative, she's balanced, she directed the play this year, and to watch her kick with such precision is a thing of beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Emily Labonte. The next award goes to a true adrenaline junkie. If there's action on the field, she's in it. She goes in hands first to every single breakdown she can, and her teammates, they follow her. She is a ball winner in lineouts, in scrums, in rucks, and now in mauls. She loves a contact situation, and she doesn't avoid pressure situations. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Sarah Martinez-Iserman. The final two awards this evening from our team will go to the same player. Player who was a practice player in 10th grade. She leads on defense from the centers, moves the ball with confidence. If it doesn't work, she just punches a hole and makes her own space. She leads with courage, trains with humility, she plays with power, and she takes everything personally, and that's what we love. Ladies and gentlemen, she will also receive the Roger Marino. Come up. If the trophy has your name on it, you should be able to give it out. A major S in the Roger Marino Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship in Women's Rugby to Miley Laforge. Like everyone else, I would like to first say a big thank you. In the rugby community, we owe a big thank you to Webb Ellis, who was the first to pick up the ball and run with it. I also like to thank Gary Robitaille, who passed that ball on to me. Big thanks to Mr. Spurk and Mr. Norris and all the sports staff that make all the wheels turn in getting us where we need to be. I would like to make a big thank you to our new coach, Maya Carter-Allett, and to a special coach, Miss Willette, who bring the energy, enthusiasm, the empathy, and the body language that makes coaches better coaches and players better players. Thank you. What I want to speak to you about this evening and this purpose of this speech is built on your promise to each other. And that promise to each other is built on 4 pillars: communication, trust, kindness, and understanding. Those pillars turned into action items that you put in place and we got to see every day. Those actions were to accept mental and physical challenges, to build strength and to build friendships, to be positive and whine less. to sacrifice the spotlight so everyone can shine, to pay attention to every rep, and to work hard and enjoy it. And you stuck to those action items, and because of that, we learned some important lessons from you. And so, 5 lessons we learned from you in rugby as a metaphor for life. The first lesson we learned is to make the best of any situations. No touch lines, no problem. The second piece of advice is take the field. Look down at your feet and make any place your place. The third piece of advice is to pull each other in. Look across the circle, look your teammates in the eye, and let them know that you truly see them. The fourth piece is to listen to feedback and put it into action. Because sometimes the plan actually does work. And the fifth piece of advice is that in a make or break moment, it is your attitude and the energy in how you show up that carries your skills. And remember when I said to you, this is going to make you or going to break you. And it didn't. It made us. It didn't break us. It made us. Thank you for the memories and the moments, for the tackles and the mauls, and for the lessons and the laughs. Wow. That was hard. And now as we approach the end of the year, don't forget to say goodbye before you leave. Thank you.
Our second to last program to be recognized, boys lacrosse, Mr. Winquist.
I want to start by thanking Mr. Spurt for supporting lacrosse in every way possible, and to Andrew Norris for the support as well. Thank you to my assistant coach, Mr. Wong, for the care to the program, Marty Meunier for your energy and passion, Anthony for 3 years helping us on the defensive side. I'm glad we got it done in your last year. Thank you to John Myshak, who's in the building today, and his wife for the video that helped us all year. Before this season, I wasn't sure what this team would become. The teachers would ask me, are they going to be any good? How's it looking? And I thought to myself, are we going to be contenders or middle of the pack? And I really didn't know what to say to the teachers, except for one thing. I knew our defense was going to be a strength, and you know what they say about defense. Returning players like Logan, Parker, Fred, and my advisee, Yuki, were ready to dominate. Max, Jackson, and Noah came in to support them as well, and it became by far the best defensive unit in the whole league. After that, as coaches, we had the exciting job of figuring out the rest of the puzzle. We needed someone in net. Oscar stepped in and took in the hardest position in all the sport. Who, honestly, who would like to be a goalie? So thank you, Oscar. We also needed possessions. Caleb became critical to our game plan on face-offs, with ZU and Jackson always ready for their turn. We needed some attack, some goal scoring. Jacob Leduc had never played before, and he was important to our whole offensive system. And then the kid, Antoine Levite, gave us some important minutes and some goals as the youngest player of the team. We also needed guys who could do whatever the team needed. Matthew gave us that. Long pole, attack, midfield, whatever role was needed, he did it. Zomboy and Rufus, from grade 9s to important players I trusted in the most important playoff moments. And on offense, the dynamic duo, you might have heard of them, Dylan and Zoe, unstoppable. And then Corey, Rennie, help lead the midfield and the culture every single day. This is what made this team special. It was not just one player. It was not just one line. It was a puzzle where different guys found their roles and helped the team win. And then came the final. The final had everything you expect in a championship game. And for the first time in history, thanks to Mr. Spurk, it was at home. And we were not going to let that opportunity slip. It was really close. It was physical. It was even emotional. And it was not perfect. The refs let a lot go, but we stayed disciplined. We played hard. We kept competing. And thank you to all the fans who came out and supported us. That was a huge boost. We came out with two quick goals. They came back to tie, but we never gave the lead away. In the end, it was not just our defense. Every part of the puzzle fit together. We were not just a group of lacrosse players, we were one team, the Spartans. Over the season, we finished 8-0 in league play, scoring 75 goals and only 29 against. We finished as league champions, perfect regular season and playoffs. And what about the memories, fellas? The trip to Ottawa, the Montreal Roadies, the Rennie jump shots, the jokes, the bar downs, and the growth. Those are the things you remember from a season. For the players who are leaving, thank you. You helped build something meaningful. Special shout out to a few grade 12s who deserve to be highlighted even though you might not get an award. Rennie, your positivity, your speed, your ground balls, your tenacity and acceptance of role were so important to this team. ZU, thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone. You were a vibe, buddy. Yuki, your passion for their game, your hunger, your intensity, you battled through injuries and helped us all season. And Max, your IQ in the class transferred to the field. Your speed, your confidence kept growing, and it all showed up in the most important game in the finals. We could not have done it without you guys. For the returning players, this is a rebuild, but not from zero. Help recruit your friends, keep building the culture, keep the stick in your hand. We have big shoes to fill. It was a pleasure coaching all of you. You earned the gold medals and the banner. Congrats, guys. All right, No, that's me. Individual awards. Our first senior S goes to a player who filled the most important position on the field. Goalie's not an easy job. In our first game, he stole the game. He kept improving, took extra shots after practice, gave us stability all season. Oscar Gordon, senior S. The next senior S, good job. The next senior S goes to the only award winner who's actually back next year. Possession equals success in lacrosse, and this player gave possession all season. He was the best face-off player in the league, and he had a booming shot. As a grade 10, we need you to step up next year and take a leadership role. Senior S award to Caleb Ivers. Our last award goes to Corey Logan, sportsmanship. Corey helped lead our midfield and culture every day. Maybe he wanted to play attack, maybe a few more minutes, but he understood what the team needs. He accepted his role, supports his teammate, and made big plays in important moments. He won this award in hockey. That shows the kind of person you are and the kind of teammate you are. This isn't just a sportsmanship award, buddy. This is for someone who contributed in a major way to a championship team and a guy who's been here for 3 years. Sportsmanship award to Corey Logan. Come on, boys. Come up, you three. I got it. All right. As a championship team, I hope you can stand up for 4 people. They were really important, and all veterans. Our first major S goes to one of the pillars of our defense. This player brought size, speed, athleticism, and physicality to the back end. He even blocked shots, won battles, and made teams think twice about coming through the middle. He could also break out the ball himself and help us transition from defense to offense. It was a major reason why we were the best unit in defense in the league. Major S to Logan Foote. Congrats, buddy. Congrats, Logan. Our next major S goes to the other pillar of the defense. The other team would avoid that side of the field, and this player brought a different style than Logan. It was more cerebral. He communicated, organized, read the play, and helped make the players around him better. He was more under the radar at times, but he was essential and another key piece to the best defensive unit in the league. Fred Bork, congratulations. Congrats, Fred. Our next major S goes to one of the best stories of the season. She joined the boys team. We already knew she was talented, but we did not know how easily it would translate to the boys' physicality and speed. But it translated right away. She was quiet, tough, skilled, and fearless. She kept scoring goals for a total of 16 goals, including 6 against Billings, and she was probably our best playmaker. Most importantly, she earned the respect of the boys through the way she competed every day. She showed that skill, toughness, and competitiveness are not about gender, they're about how you play. My advisee, major S to Zoe Charlin. All right, our final major S and team MVP goes to our offensive force and captain. He stepped up all season, but especially when it mattered most. He was supposed to be away for a hockey camp and I almost had a heart attack. But he changed his plans because he had made a commitment to this team, and that's leadership. Even though he was our best player, he still put in extra shots after practice. He did not act like talent was enough, he worked. He led our offense all year with 26 goals and saved his best for last, scoring 3 in the semifinals and 4 goals, 2 assists in the championship final at home. We do not win that game. We do not win that championship without him. Major S and MVP to Dylan Orr. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Wakequist. All right, last program, senior boys, me. As always, I want to start out with a huge thank you to my co-coaches, Mr. Marino and Mr. Adrian Myers, Mr. Montreal at the back. Their care and commitment are huge components to why we're so successful year after year. I'm very grateful to both of them for making this a very special season. Mr. Marino for his years of wisdom. I don't know if you know this, but that Rugby Fest tournament we go to is actually started by Mr. Marino. He has his own trophy here. He has a trophy at RNS. And him and the legend, Mr. Simard, started Case Rugby. So his wisdom, unmatched, and he always helped set the culture of the team. Adrian for his incredible back plays and for making the boys a little stronger week after week. Thank you both for making this season, the last 3 seasons, so special. I started out last year by saying, I think this year's team may have taken it up a notch from the 2024 season. Well, it happened again. Once again, we lost incredible talent, but we gained more depth in our younger players who came up well prepared for the senior challenge, and that's a sincere thank you to Coach G and Dr. Standage for the incredible work they do at the junior level. We had new faces who surprised us with their skill set, and we knew we had incredible leaders coming back who did not disappoint. Although we had only a few days to prepare for the first game, the leadership group really took care of the new guys coming in and taught them the way we roll. The immediate chemistry they created was something we were very proud of throughout the year. These guys aren't best friends in class. I mean, how could they be? They're a crossbreed of grade 10s, 11s, and 12s, and even a little grade 9 who never said no to the challenge. They come from 6 different winter seasons, and they live in 3 different houses on campus. However, when they came to practice their games and took those 3 deep breaths, they all rowed in the same direction, methodically, day after day. It was incredible to watch them take care of one another when someone was struggling in the game. No yelling, no bad-mouthing, just a quick, you'll get it next time, a pat on the shoulder, and back to work. Probably sounding like a broken record year after year, but I once again felt like a fan way more than a coach. We met our first adversity when we ran into a tough, undisciplined group from Lockview High School, near where Ms. Schaefer's from, at Rugby Fest. We fell into the trap and behaved way below our standard. After the game, we met, and in that moment, I knew we had really good kids. They took ownership and talked about solutions. From that moment on, we were a different team. There was a full buy-in for winning or potentially losing the right way. Playing your heart out, hitting hard, but at the final whistle, extending a hand, whether we won or lost. These guys were talented, yes. The scores and results prove that, but they were gentlemen. Boys, I will always be in awe of how professional you were in your approach, how much you love the game and love the team. No one had to ask you to be inclusive or stay late to practice a skill. You just did it. Early in the year, I told you, I don't care who scores tries. That's always true. It really is secondary to the other incredible things that lead to the ball being touched down in the try zone. I then said, what I do care about is 15 guys sitting on the goal line in a tight game, taking repeated hits to the chest and not giving ground. 10, 11, 12 phases. And you don't give an inch. For me, that's something to cheer about, something to celebrate. In those moments, that's when you have your coach fired up. That's when I want to run on the field screaming and hug every one of you. In 20 years from now, when I'm calling it quits and thinking about all the great kids I worked with, I'll never remember who won a senior S or a major S. Heck, I'll be lucky if I remember what grade you guys were in and who was in what class. I'm sure some of you back there can relate. But I'll always remember the final battle at Loyola in May 2026 at their field with their fans on their unmowed, crooked post field, with everything stacked against you and watching you find solutions. You stood on your goal line, 15 strong, for 8 to 10 minutes, getting smashed repeatedly. And you never conceded, you never crumbled, you never broke. That is a memory that will never leave my head or my heart. Thank you for that gift. I've thought about it a lot since then, and it makes me smile and maybe cry. And I will continue to remember that for many more years to come. This group followed suit from the previous 2 years and went undefeated. In the last 3 seasons of play, this team has managed a record of 69-0-1 in 70 games play. Mr. Van Dyke often says, somebody has to be number one. Well, although I'll probably hear from some very good teams who will watch this cast, I think the 2026 group takes the cake. To all of you ending your time here, thank you all you gave to the rugby program. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan is more than just a saying. Stay in touch. Thank you. Now, real quick, I know it's getting late, but before we get to awards, I sympathize with those who have elite teams. The standard I set usually is if you are the best in the league, you win a Major S. Except the problem is we have 9 to 10 kids who are the best in the province. So what do? You can't give 9 to 10 Major S's, so then you just have to try and figure it out. So there's a lot of kids on this list who are going to be happy. There's some kids who will be like, what? And I'm sorry. Awards aren't always easy. The truth is, this is the best team I've ever coached, and you should remember this amazing season. The first 3 Senior S awards go to 3 returning players who have big roles to play next season. Mark, Holden, and Jacob have become instrumental in our 15s and 7s teams. Jacob is a top-level prop and has really improved his ball skills. Mark and Holden are key two-way players who are a threat in every situation. The next 3 Senior S awards go to 3 graduating players. They have been loyal, dedicated members of the program, and we will miss them terribly next year. Petito was an incredible manager of the field in 15s and moved the ball with ease. Mathieu really worked on his game and was a great 12 for us this season. And Elijah was a wonderful utility player, taking on any role, forward or back, even lending his feet for kickoffs. Seniors S awards to Holden, Jacob, Mark, Elijah, Mathieu, and Petito. Congratulations. Just wait. Sportsmanship. Finally, the Sportsmanship Award goes to a young gun who has a bright future. He's the ultimate team player who asked whatever role he was given and made highlight reel plays all season. He's the first to ask when he could help. A true gentleman. Sportsmanship Award goes to Ludovic Baudry. Come on up and get your awards. All right, the first Major S goes to a player who is in his 2nd year with the senior team. Quickly, he became one of the most threatening players on the pitch. He's the king of restarts, usually the first to lay a big hit, and became more offensive this season. He's a quiet leader, but he's tough as nails and leaves it all on the field. He's one of our leading scorers, and we will seriously miss him next season. First Major S goes to Josh Littman. The next Major S goes to a true student of the game. He loves rugby and trains before and after practice, week in and week out. He sees the field well and puts us in a position to have a fluid attack every game. He's sneaky fast and super shifty. We're lucky he's back for a final year. Major S to Noah Grenier. The next Major S goes to a player who put on a ton of muscle this offseason and used it to his advantage fully. A true workhorse who just does the right thing all the time. He's hard in contact, electric in open space, and in more than one game put the team on his back to lead us to victory. He's also one of the top scorers. Major S to Chaz Fauché. The final Major S goes to one of the best open field runners I have ever coached. A real threat from any position on the field. With ball in hand, you never know what might happen. Well, usually a try. He's become a more vocal leader this year and also put the team on his back numerous times. He rarely comes off the field as he has such a diverse skill set and can play anywhere. We'll miss this guy next year. I'd like to call him up as he will win a Major S, and he'll also be co-awarded with Chaz Fauché the Donald Ross Trophy for Excellence and Leadership in Senior Boys Rugby, Gabriel DeSantis. All right, thanks for your patience with the sound system. Thanks for your behavior. I know it's hot in here. So this does conclude our spring athletic assembly, but before we go, you're gonna get your photos taken, but it's important that we remember what Mr. Murray, Ms. Guerrera, Ms. Garrett, it's tireless work. When I went to school here, I have to rely on Ms. Hamilton's hard digging to get a quick photo of something I did. You guys have daily, almost by the minute, action-packed memories of your times here. It's because of them. So a sincere thank you to our communications team. Thank you. So would all the award winners please stay behind for photos? That's Bantam S, Junior S, Senior S, Sportsmanship, Major S, Shield winners, MVP trophy winners. Now time to head back to your residences. Thank you. Have a good night.